Here now is Cam Little out to get us started.
And off we go from MetLife Stadium.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now a run. Here's the rookie from Penn State.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 13 yards, good for a giant first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Tracy going to get it on first down. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
42-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun is Dart. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he will have a Giants first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's Dart.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 13 yards, good for a giant first down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
2nd down and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
There's a short one caught by Johnson.
And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4-4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game. Like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
2nd and 6 from the 10.
At the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Throwing his Dart. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down.
Dart going to look to throw here. A throw right side caught by Neighbors.
And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown.
Malik Neighbors
From 10 yards out.
And the Giants are on the board here first in the season opener.
Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars out first and 10.
At their own 27.
They'll run. This is Bashal Tutin.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Now Lawrence. That's complete to Parker Washington.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
13 loop. Hey, kill kick, 30 left.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Over the dime looked on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, let's go. Here we go.
Lawrence going to throw again.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a third and 10.
Lawrence will throw.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Brings up third down.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to have the first down
yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. A play fake, and now it's Dart. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Greg Newsome on the coverage defensively.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the give, it's Tracy. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 11.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw, Dart. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen, go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Lawrence. Open man, this is Brenton Strange, the tight end. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and
touchdown, Jaguars! Travis Etienne, 37 yards. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
The score, Giants 10, Jaguars 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Looking to throw, Dart. That one taken in by Neighbors. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Dart from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll try and run for him. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. To throw is Dart. Now he's going to step up and run. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Dart. Wow, that is incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. To throw now, Dart. He's got the first down and more. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. They'll hand it to Tracy. 20! And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run pass option.
Right down here looking for 6. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line.
A 9-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
Now it's Tracy. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Right back to Tracy. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Giants are able to widen their advantage. Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Giants 17. Jaguars 7.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they looked up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to...
Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Giants are going to take over here up near the 40.
Lawrence's pass intercepted. The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start with a run by Tracy. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Here's Tracy. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
2nd and 9. Now Dart. And this one is incomplete.
I'd give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Get to the 23 here on 3rd. Dart. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
And his kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Down at the 25.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Running it, Washington. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd down and 13.
Let's go.
Now Lawrence to throw. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Cam Little on for the field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Brings up 2nd down and 15 yards to go.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
Darius Slayton. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
And no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now Lawrence. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it as he gets wiped out on that one.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Etienne bringing in another one. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
That's good for our Jaguars. First down.
Take right open.
First down, Jaguars.
Take right. Take right open.
Here's Lawrence. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Hey, go, let's go. 11,
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. And this throw is complete. And the defender all over him that time, but he's going to lead to 3rd down.
At this point in the game, and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Lawrence going up top. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And now the rookie's free. He's on his way. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Giants are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Washington in motion left. A quick throw complete to Washington. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the Jaguars first down.
send a receiver in motion to the left.
From midfield now, Lawrence.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out. Not what they wanted, and you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Hunter, 62 yards.
And the Jaguars are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile we do have an injured player.
Cam Little, the kickoff for the Jaguars.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 25, here's a 2nd down and 6.
Let's go. Warriors, 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Throwing, dart. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
6 brings up 3rd and 1.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. 3rd down, here's Tracy.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
70, Timberwolves. Back to 60. Go.
Throwing his dart. That's complete. It's Neighbors.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
To the air, dart. Oh, just a desperation heave there, and it's intercepted.
And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Red on red.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Go, go. 13 loose. 11 Agate.
On play action, Lawrence.
That one will be incomplete. He caught it but could not stay in bounds for the long connection. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And that is incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
And everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From the gun, Dart. He finds his man Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 114 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Now they'll audible to something else. Tracy trying the right side. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop?
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Catch made by Slayton. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
11. Hey, go. Hey, tomato.
Lawrence will throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Go. Grant, 23. Hey, Soko. Behind. Here we go.
That's to the left side, taken in by Hunter. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Ready up. Hey, I'm gun. Hey. Silver.
Lawrence. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Jaguars 23.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
That's good for Jaguars. First down.
Lawrence going to move him around a bit.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Take right open.
Back to throw now on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Now Lawrence. Thomas brings it in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line. They got 29 yards that time.
First down, Jacksonville.
They go play action with Lawrence. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that's going to be incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
They work again from the 38 on second and 10.
Let's go.
Again, it's Lawrence. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
Jaguars, first down. A gain of 21 yards.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
Hey, Lion.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pushes him aside at the 10. And the Jaguars are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
11.
That's another Jaguars, first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
23.
In motion right here, Hunter.
Here we go.
Now Lawrence to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line.
The Giants take over first and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 130 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. On play action, here's Dart. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Jags are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
They go play action now. Lawrence. And oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. How about this? And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On the run is Tracy. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now Dart. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Malik Neighbors, already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Giants are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Let's go.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. From the 21, here's the 2nd and 8.
Red on red.
Now Lawrence. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
On the ground, here comes Tracy. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 109 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. A throw right side caught by Neighbors. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him. even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Here's Dart. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? He might meet up with his team again.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another incomplete pass there. We've seen a bevy of those. This secondary, they've been pretty good, haven't they?
They certainly have. They've allowed the one touchdown through the air, and they're going to be upset about that later when they watch the game tape. But other than that, they've been absolutely rock solid.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Giants come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well.